Today, I want to talk about how to stop overthinking when someone pulls away. And I want to give you the framework for the emotionally secure response when someone is pulling away. So, let's first and foremost name why are we panicking because somebody's pulling away, right? If we grew up anxiously attached, if we grew up in homes where our parents were sometimes available and sometimes not, this sort of inconsistency breeds anxiety. And so we become hyper vigilant to our parent being kind of inconsistent and sometimes present and sometimes not because we're dependent on them for our survival. So it benefits us to be hyper aware and really focused on them and wondering about them and what they're doing because we need them for our survival. So in adulthood, when someone is being inconsistent or pulling away or sending mixed signals, we find ourselves overthinking. We find ourselves being really hyper vigilant and aware to any perceived differences in tone or texting patterns or communication. And so we are overthinking. We're wondering, where are they? What are they doing? How do I get their attention back? Are they thinking of me? Did I do something wrong? Because we subconsciously believe that our safety and our security is in jeopardy. We are perceiving a threat, just like we did a long time ago as kids when someone pulled away, when there was that space or distance or inconsistency between us and our parent or caregiver because we needed our parent, our caregiver to survive. And the first thing we have to do when we are in relationships now as adults and we recognize that someone is pulling away and we're feeling anxious, the first thing we need to do is be aware. We need to notice, oh my gosh, I'm panicking because someone is pulling away and be cognizant of that in the moment. When I was, in my early 20s dating, I was not aware that I was panicked. I was not aware that I was anxious that someone was pulling away. My response was just automatic. Someone's pulling away, and it was immediately, how do I get them back? And that path to getting them back was often a path of betraying myself, right? Dropping my boundaries, minimizing my needs, whatever I needed to do to get them back. There was no thought, there was no awareness around how dysregulated I was. All I was thinking about was the other person. So, your ability to notice and be aware of yourself in that moment and catch yourself and recognize, I'm panicking, I'm freaking out. I feel unsafe. I'm feeling triggered. I'm feeling ignored. I'm feeling confused. Whatever it is, your ability to name that in the moment is your first step towards calming down and stopping the spiral and ending that overthinking pattern. So, the second you are aware and catch yourself is when you can take the next step, which is to help yourself feel safe because your nervous system is panicking and you can't respond in a secure way when you're dysregulated. So we must help our nervous system feel safe. And this isn't about thinking. This isn't about positive affirmations. This isn't about just saying calm down. This is about helping the part of us that's triggered finally feel safe and secure. And part of healing anxious attachment is about attending to and soothing that inner child, that part of us that is freaking out, and getting still and quiet with that part and being present with our emotional experience and figuring out how can I help myself feel calm? What is a felt experience that I can offer myself right now to show my nervous system that I'm safe, to show that part of me, that scared inner child that's freaking out? How can I show that part of me that, in fact, I am safe, right? That you are here for you. Unlike long ago when you needed that parent or caregiver to feel safe, now you can help yourself feel safe. So, those are the first two steps. The third thing that I want you to begin to do when you find yourself overthinking and panicking is to help yourself give yourself what you need. And you can't do that if you're so focused on the other person and getting them back and wondering about them and where they are and what they're doing and what they think of you. Let's bring our attention inward. That is the biggest kind of mindset shift when it comes to healing anxious attachment is to stop focusing your energy outside of yourself and finally bring your attention back to you. So instead of thinking, where are they? Think about, what do I need? Right? What am I feeling? I'm feeling confused. I'm feeling frustrated. I'm feeling uncertain about where I stand in the relationship. And I'm needing clarity. I'm needing a conversation. I'm needing understanding. I'm needing communication, right? This process alone helps ground you. And instead of staying in a loop of spiral, you're finally giving yourself some clarity and some answers around how you feel and what you need. And you don't need their reassurance and them texting you back to help you come to those conclusions on your own. You don't need somebody else to tell you how you feel. You can turn inward and notice how you feel. You don't need somebody else to help you identify what it is that you need. You can figure out and identify what you need based on how you're feeling. And then once you've come to that sense of clarity in yourself, then becomes the next step where we can respond. We can reach out to the other person, or maybe we decide we don't need to reach out to the other person. Maybe we just need to set a boundary and be done with it altogether. This, of course, is going to vary depending on your relationship and who you're dating and the status of the relationship, etc. But maybe you come to the conclusion that you want to reach out, say what you're feeling and what you're needing. And their response to you reaching out and approaching them in a calm, grounded, secure way is going to give you all the information that you need to know to decide how to move forward. Their response is the information that you need. So never hold back on speaking up because you fear their reaction. You want their reaction because their reaction is going to help you know, is this someone who is safe and available and able to work with me and compromise, or is this someone who's just going to be dismissive or condescending or invalidate me? You'll only know that by speaking up. So I hope that you have found this video helpful. Again, inside of my membership, the Secure Collective, we meet once a month live to get questions answered and to give you even more tools, support, and feedback to heal anxious attachment and feel secure within yourself, no matter what anyone does. And remember, when somebody else's energy shifts, your security doesn't have to shift. Until next time, I'll see you in the next video.